Well, hello everyone. Welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to do some design on these nails. It's going to be some tortoise design, some 3D design, and yeah, a bit animal inspired nail art. So let's dive into this set and follow the journey. And I just want to quickly let you know that I sculpted these nails with the clear builder gel from Madame Glam. So I'm going to start out with this gel polish called Elegance from Madame Glam. I'm applying one coat to this index finger and 2 coats to the rest of the nails. It was not necessary to even apply 1 coat to the index finger, but I was still considering what to do with that nail. So that's why it has a coat on. But yeah, just apply that and cure it, and apply it another layer and cure it. And after this, I'm just wiping off the tacky layer before I move over to the buffing. I'm going to buff these nails because I'm going to do an airbrush effect, or yeah, aura effect, whatever you would like to call it. So I'm going to buff my thumb, my middle finger, index finger, ring finger and pinky. I am going to use the airbrush machine. This will be my first time ever trying out the airbrush machine. I have been on the fence on buying this for a long time, and I caved in and just bought it. But after using it one time, I realized very quickly that this is not a good idea. It's a lot of aerosols in the air, and it's not good for your lungs. But I did empty it and clean it outside, so I tried to minimize the aerosols flying around. But yeah, so I'm going in and starting with the perfect orange and this brown on my brown. These are the colors I'm going to airbrush, and some acetone. I think I add about 90% acetone and about 10% color. I think it's definitely not a science behind this, so just add enough and test the spray to see if it has the color that you want to achieve. And this one was a little bit light, so I go in with a darker orange, and that is called Stalker. So I'm just add a little bit of that and mix it well, and yeah, go on to the spraying, I guess. So I'm spraying the orange, as you can see on the pinky here. So when you're spraying your airbrush onto the nails, you need to apply thin coats. If you get too close and spray too much, the paint will start to drip and it doesn't look good. So I applied them in 2 layers, and I then got the coverage that I wanted. And then I go in with on my brown color, and I'm spraying this on my thumb and the ring finger. I really enjoyed using this airbrush, but yeah, I wish it wasn't so harmful. So yeah, but the way I angled my thumb facing from me and not towards me, this aura close to my cuticles got a little bit too harsh. I didn't see that until I was finished with my right hand. So keep an eye on how you angle both the airbrush and your finger. That will affect the result. So on the ring finger here, I'm going for an aura on almost all the nail. It's just going to be more concentrated in the center. So this is going to be the main color on this nail. I really enjoyed this. It turned out so good. And again here 2 layers, so do not apply this too thick. You will end up regretting this. And of course also wipe around your skin before you cure it, or else it will cure on your skin, and I would have had quite dark fingertips. So then I go in with a matte top coat over all the ombre nails just because I'm going to do a lot of designs and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do mistakes. So if you're not applying any top coat on top, whether it's matte or shiny, it will smear when you wipe away your mistakes. It's also easier to do nail art on top of a matte surface than a shiny surface. For instance, gel polish will spread out more on a shiny surface than on a matte surface. So after this has been applied, you of course cure this for 1 minute. And next up I will pull out a lot of different shades here. These are all jelly colors from Madame Glam, together with 2 solid colors that I'm not going to use here, and also the black that I'm not going to use, and the blooming gel. So the first one is Reality Check, that's a black one, jelly color, and then it is 3 different types of brown colors in jelly colors, or jelly gel polishes. I know that Madame Glam still have 2 of these shades in together with a black one in a tortoise pack, or yeah, that you can buy. So this first one, this light orange here, I'm going to apply this in 1 layer, and this one Madame Glam do have this in inventory, but I believe it is sold out right now, but they will have it. And then I go in with a layer of blooming gel, and this layer you do not cure, you want it to be wet and not too thick. And then I go in with the lightest color, it's called Master Debater, and this is not available on Madame Glam, but I have it. It's not necessary to apply 3 layers like I did here either, but yeah, I had them, so I did. Because these nails will tend to bulk up. They will bulk up, not even tend to. But sometimes you just want the design and you're not that worried about a thicker nail, just because the pleasure of looking at that design is so much better than looking at the thicker nail. So yes, you can see the different colors here. I think that was the Caffienaited one, second layer, and I'm applying it a little bit of skew, like not just inside but slightly outside some of these earlier lighter colors. I'm not sure if you actually understand that, but yeah, you want it to look more like it's alive than 3 different colored beads on top of each other. And of course go in with the blooming gel in between each layer, or before each layer. So then I go in with the Reality Check at the end, the black one. This black one, Madame Glam should have had that one, because it makes the design a lot more 3-dimensional when you use a jelly color even on the black one. But you can of course use perfect black and dilute it with top coat or a base coat. That will make the same effect, I guess. So yeah. I guess that is why they wanted to just get rid of it. And after that has cured, I will go in with this Yeamh Baby on top, this light orange. And that will also create a more subtle look and yeah, and more dimension to this. And then I go in with a top coat, a thick top coat. I am using Enailcouture's hard gel top coat. It is very thick, so I try to slightly encapsulate the bulks and make the surface smooth, because after that is applied I can go in and buff it later on. I will do that almost at the end of this video actually. So, and flip the nail upside down, that helps with creating a smooth surface. You can also use clear builder gel for this step instead of this thick hard top gel. That was a mouthful. And of course cure this. And I'm doing a tortoise design on the pinky as well, or on the French or the free edge of this pinky. So I'm going in with a Yeamh Baby and the first layer and drawing up the smile line. yeah, it looks silly with orange on top of orange, but I kind of think that it ended up looking good. So same here, first blooming gel and then the lightest brown color, and then the next layer with blooming gel and the medium brown color. You will see the names here on the screen. Then cure blooming gel again, and then the darkest or the black color. I'm not sure how much of this French part I'm going to show you, but this video is long and these steps are just the same as I did on the index finger, so yeah, we'll see how much I leave in here. And like you can see, I go in with hard gel thick top coat here to encapsulate this design and smooth out bumps, that the nail have an even surface. Of course it will not be perfectly even when I apply this gel, but I'll file this nail so that it will end up being smooth before I apply the finished top coat. And cure this. And then I'm going to paint on 2 French nails with white, and I'm using Brillbird Contour Paint Gel. It's a gel with a lot of white pigments in it so that the French do not build up. I can always recommend using a gel like this for any French designs actually, or of course white designs, since this is white. So yeah, I'm just applying the rough parts first and go in with my detail brush to fill in the side smile line. It needs at least 2 layers to cover up this brown underneath, but even though you use 3 layers here, it will not bulk up the nail, and that is the great thing about these gels. I will do this to my thumb and also on my middle finger. I do not think I'm going to show you the middle finger. But after this has been painted on, I'm going to use some perfect black color and paint on some zebra stripes. And of course cure it in between each layer. Yeah, you will see me fill in the middle finger here. And on this middle finger I am not worried that you can see my natural nail bed through the nails, because I'm going to cover this everything here with a huge 3D flower. So that was actually planned. This was not by accident. So here you see the zebra stripes, and yeah, it is a very easy design. You just make some squiggly line. Straight line will look a little bit artificial looking, so yeah, squiggly line is a lot better. Will make it look a lot more realistic. And I'm going to use the Mirage sculpting gel, and I'm going to add a decent amount on my palette, and I'm going to add a little bit of this food Coma color. That's a weird name. Just a little drop here will make this whole gel opaque. I wanted it to be kind of like a flesh color, or yeah, it just felt right in my mind. It just made sense. So mixing it together, this solid gel did get a little bit tacky here. You can see I put the fingertip gloves on my fingers because I was going to use these as a protection, since I was not going to touch the gel, but like you can see, they did stick to these gloves, so I ended up using my fingers. Please do not do that. If you do, at least clean your fingers right away with some alcohol, because this can lead to irritation and contact dermatitis, and if that breaks out, you will have that for life. So yeah, that's very important actually. So I'm just flattening out this petal. I'm going to use kind of long petals, thin petals, or not too wide, and then just applying them wherever I see fit. I'm going to apply 4, 2 on each side. I was going for somewhat of an orchid, but yeah, I just took a look at the picture, and then I just decided to do something similar. Yeah, I had a specific thing in mind, so yeah. And I wanted the edges of the petals to be a little bit frilly, so it looks like a flower that actually had some life into it or started to crumble. I don't know. It kind of made sense to me, so that is what I did. And in the center I applied a little bit shorter, 2 shorter leaves that was a little bit thicker, just to make it look a little bit more dynamic, I guess. And of course I'm curing each petal after I have placed it down and is content with the shape. It looks like more like an octopus here actually, looking at it. But it turned out pretty good, I must say. I really enjoy this. I had these nails for my holiday as well. These nails traveled a lot of distance from Norway to Canary Islands and back, so yeah. So then I go in with, I'm using a little bit of the black, and I'm using this one, and the name of this one is Fantasy, and this is called Super Busy. And then I outline the little petals with first color, the lightest of these two. I wanted to create kind of a fade, so it was supposed to be darker at least at the edges and fade towards the center, so the center should be light. I did struggle a bit with this, but I got there in the end. And I'm also using some base gel to thin out the color and create that desired fade. And now it looks like a starfish. It will look kind of like a flower in the end, I guess. And I also go in afterwards and apply a little bit more of the original color, or the colors without being diluted, on the edges to create a darker contrast. So after I'm finished with all the fades and finished with applying the darker color all around the edges, I go in with the darkest of these two colors and add some tiny dots just to resemble what an orchid look like. You can get orchid with dots in it, can't you? I think so. I think it looks cute. And after I apply these dots and cure them, I will apply some tiny amount of pigment, yellow pigment or orange pigment, in the center of the nail. I actually managed to knock over my acetone when I did this airbrushing, and it flooded all over my pigment palette, so I had to clean up very quickly, and I put the palette away, and I was going to use it here, but when I looked at my palette, I could not open it. The casing had just melted. It looks horrible. I have no idea how to open this palette now. So after that I go in and apply a top coat to this whole flower, and I also apply a top coat to the entire nail. I'm using Upvoted top coat. I got that from Dorota Palicka. It's a very good top coat. I really like it. It's not too thick, not too thin, and it's very self-leveling. I guess all top coats are, but I really liked how it flowed. Really like how it applied onto the nail. I want the details to stand out as much as possible. I'm using a small brush to do this because I do not want that flower to be soaked in top gel or top coat. I will also apply a couple of caviar beads in the center of the flower, and it will be finished. And on my ring finger I'm going to use Aeropuffing's gold gel paint. It's number 13, I think. It's a chrome gel paint. So I'm going around with my detail brush all around the edges of the finger, and this gold, I really like this gold. It has like a light gold and it is very pigmented, so it makes the job a lot easier. I only needed one coat here. It will give a little bit streaking, especially when I'm using this thin liner brush, but it's okay. I rather have that thin streaking than needing to have to do this 2 times. And after this has cured, I go in with the top coat to the whole nail, and I will do some 3D design on top of this once that is cured. And I will be using Enailcouture squeezy gel. I will be using this for the 3D design just because it has a squeeze tube and it's so much easier to just squeeze the gel out and make it 3D design. So yeah, just some wavy lines and very random, just to get some texture on these nails. I just have been loving these 3-dimensional designs lately. I think that it's so cool. And of course you also have to cure this, and once it has cured, I go in with smaller brush and apply the top coat on top. I have a feeling this is kind of a tack-free coat, but I just apply the top coat just to make it as shiny as the rest of the nail, and it also easier to not bulk the nail up with top coat when you're using a smaller brush, like I mentioned earlier. And then I also apply a little bit of orange to the tip of the thumb. I was going to do this on my middle finger as well, but I had already top coated the nail and I didn't want to buff it down and just for that tip, so it ended up being just on the thumb. So I will apply a base coat on top of this nail. I love using base gels when I'm doing isolated chrome, because after you have wiped away the tacky layer, no chrome will stick to the base layer. I will never use matte top coat again for my base. I've tried so many different matte top coats and I still get a little bit chrome specks here and there that I cannot remove. So I'm going to use this top coat because that will make the isolated chrome details a little bit higher or a little bit more bulky, and I blend it of course together with some regular black gel polish. And I'm going to use Normal's chrome powder. It is very easy to use, this chrome powder. So I'm just applying it in the corner here, make some squiggly line, cure it and rub in the chrome and dust it off again with a clean sponge, or yes, something that is cleaned and not covered with chrome, and everything will be wiped away. And again, I'm just saying it, base gel is the magic thing to use, please. I will also add some chrome details on the index finger and the pinky after I have buffed the surface, but I have kind of managed to delete that footage. I've also managed to delete some of bling application, but you will see almost all of it, and you will see the result at the end. So I'm just using some glue gel and adding some gold beads. These are plastic beads, so you need to cover these in top coat because these will peel in a day or two. I was going to have these nails on for 3 to 4 weeks, so I wanted the gold to stay gold, and they did, so yay! And on the ring finger I also applied a couple of these gold beads here. And like I said, this is what I'm going to show you of how I bling out these nails. So yeah, I'm sorry you could not see the last chrome details. But before I can add some chrome details to my index and pinky, you have to file the nails so that I get rid of all the bulks. And then I did go in with base coat again and then apply the chrome details. So yeah, I will just leave you with the buffing of the nail, or filing of the nails actually, because you have to do more than buff the nails. You have to file it to get a smooth surface. You can see how the file is hitting here. You can see the dips here in between. And I also always have a wipe soaked with alcohol to wipe off once in a while I'm filing, just to check that I do not file away my design. That's quite crucial. So I'm just crossing fingers and hoping that I have applied enough clear on top to get a smooth surface. And I had, so yeah, it turned out good in the end. So this is the finished result, and what do you think? Let me know in the comment box. I would be happy to hear what you think about these nails. I liked them. I was really happy about this design. So I hope you are too. So please let me know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And also, as I said, leave a comment and of course leave a like. You can also follow my other social medias like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, of course. So yeah, I'll hope to see you again quite soon. It looks like a video a month is more like my cup of tea, I guess. It takes that long for me to first create and then edit and yeah, and have a life in between. So I'm so sorry that it's not more, but at least there is something, I guess. I hope so. Yeah, I think that is what is more suitable for my life right now. Yeah, we'll hope that there will be a new video within a couple of weeks or 3. But oh, I'm so sorry, but please, 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 I'm so happy if you will follow the journey with me. So bye bye for now, everyone. Bye bye.